last year, I did this just off the top of my head. I just did a mock draft last year. First time I've ever done a mock draft. And I hit on the first 4 picks of that mock draft. And then, things get a little wonky. I think I chose Penny Sewell instead of
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. I went sensible, thinking that's what Mike Brown and the Bengals were going to do. And I have no idea that Mike Brown's on some sort of YOLO run late in life.
Mike Brown's YOLO.
Yeah, Mike Brown's YOLO run is write that one down, Chris. That's a good fantasy team name. And so I figured, why not do it again? I'm going to do my mock draft. I'm hearing everyone else's mock draft. They do their mock drafts, and they come on this show, and I'm like, tell me about your mock draft. Let's talk about your mock draft.
3.0, 3.2.
It's 3 point. People are putting decimals in places that are really strange and numbers that have no business being other than a 0 to the right of the decimal. Like, what are you doing? So I'm saying I'm going to do my own thing. And I'm going to call it the same thing I called it last year. It's a little aggressive. Understand, it's a little aggressive.
We're in an aggressive world, Rich.
It's called the Come At Me mock draft.
Oh. 2.0?
Well, it's the second time I'm doing it. But normally 2.0 is the same year. You know what? Screw it.
But we need a 0.0 number.
Do you have to do it?
I kind of feel
like we need a 0.0.
Yeah, everyone else does it.
What about 0.1?
Fine.
Boom.
Whatever. There's no rules. The Come At Me mock draft. Mike, I need NFL Films music to get me going for the 2022 National Football League mock draft in Las Vegas, Nevada, where there is no signpost or plaque or remembrance of the great Mo Green and where Serrano once famously took the discs. Thank you.
Let's go.
First overall selection. Things are getting a little bit sideways right now, folks. You're hearing the Jaguars are thinking of 4 guys, and Trevon Walker's definitely shooting up the charts. But when it's all said and done, there was a guy in New York City for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Didn't win. And he's dynamite, and it's eventually going to land on him. Aiden Hutchinson is my Come At Me mock draft 2022 first overall draft choice. The Jaguars are going to select Aiden Hutchinson. A lot of talk that it could be Evan Neal as a surprise. Look, if they choose an offensive lineman after franchise tagging Cam Robinson, and he signed his tender, he's just like, there's no backsies. The fingers off the chest piece. So I don't see how that's going to happen. But Aiden Hutchinson's number 1. And that leaves the other guy, was a hell of another guy. The Lions are going to go Trevon Walker. The Lions will go Trevon Walker. And if I'm wrong and the Jaguars go Trevon Walker, then Aiden Hutchinson's going to be number 2.
Right.
And this dynamite kid out of Georgia, number 44 in their program, number 1 in their heart. Trevon Walker is the second overall pick in the Rich Eisen 2022 Come At Me mock draft. Number 3, this is going to be the surprise. This is going to be the Big Ben meme. Like everyone's going to be tweeting out that meme. A third consecutive pass rusher that's never happened in the history of the National Football League draft. Jermaine Johnson II will be a Houston Texan. Yes. That's going to be my fascinating moment. Lovey is going to go, egad, this kid from Florida State that's shooting up the boards. That was, a Gilligan's Island reference. I'm old. That's number 3 overall. Then number 4, come on.
Can we guess?
Come on. What do I need? What have I said I need for a damn month now?
You need that
sauce. Stir up the sauce. Who needs the sauce? We've got the sauce. We're going to get the sauce. The Jets are going Sauce Gardner. You've got Tyreek Hill. You've got Stephon Diggs. You've got Devontae Parker in Miami and Buffalo and New England, respectively. We got the sauce and it's covered. Yeah, I'm the best player in the draft. You're right, Sauce. At I am Sauce Gardner. At I am Rich Eisen, and I approve this message.
Sauce.
Of course, you knew that was going to be in my mock draft.
Yeah.
Number 5. Okay, this is going to be fascinating. What do the Giants do here? They need pass protection help. They always have this turnstile at the left side of their offensive line is going to stop, and they're going to go with Evan Neal of the Alabama Crimson Tide. It could be Equano as well. It's going to be Evan Neal. I think the Giants go and get this young man and put him there, and we're going to stop this turnstile, and you're going to actually protect Daniel Jones and see what you got there. And if it's not Daniel, whoever you're going to get, you're going to protect him. That's halfway through my Come At Me mock draft in 2022. Now, number 6, the Panthers. I don't do this trade stuff. Okay, I'm not going to predict the trade or any of that sort of business. Panthers are going to stay at 6. and they're going to take a pass protector. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to take a quarterback 6th overall in my mock draft. Come at me if you disagree. So it'll be Ike Ekwonu. I'm going to take him out of NC State. I'm going to put him on that left side of that offensive line, and let's go. And that's the way it's going to go for the Carolina Panthers. And then if this happens, ring in Cleveland. Hey, is Baker there with the dog next to he needs a belly scratch? That's how it's going to go. That'll happen either on Thursday night or Friday night. I'll have more on that later on the Rich Eisen Show. Number 7, what do the Giants do here? Kadarius Toney's supposedly on the trade block all of a sudden because he didn't show up to the offseason workout. Well, apparently he's there today. Good move, Kadarius, because the Giants are going to draft your replacement on Thursday night if you start getting a little bit hanky. And if not, it'll be great with Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay and, of course, Saquon in the backfield. And this guy, Garrett Wilson, 7th overall out of the Ohio State. He's going to turn in his red for the blue. A scarlet. I'm sorry. Garrett Wilson goes to the Giants, number 7 overall in my mock draft. Number 8. What happens here now? The Atlanta Falcons are on the clock, and they're like, okay, so 3 pass rushers went off the board. We better get one right now. And this guy could have been number 1 overall, number 2 overall, number 3 overall, and everybody's passing on him. That's fine. We'll take Kayvon Thibodeau and send him to Atlanta. There we go.
Oh, man.
Kayvon Thibodeau coming to the NFC South. Tom Brady, look out. Coming around the edge. That's number 8 on my mock draft. Number 9, the Seattle Seahawks. How interesting this is that the Seattle Seahawks choose before the Jets at number 10 overall, where the Jets are, because that's Seattle's original pick, and that Seattle makes this trade with Denver and gets right in front of the Jets and maybe messes with that part of the equation. Seattle takes a look here. Kyle Hamilton sitting there, but they already. I hear you, but
I know, but
like you're going to build
Jamal,
safety in? No.
Yeah.
Even though Jamal Adams, you can't even call. I don't know what he is. He's a safety, linebacker, defensive end. I have no idea what he is. Pass rusher. They're going to go Derek Stingley Jr. here. They're going to go corner here, and they're going to start building that part of the defense. Derek Stingley Jr. is a top 10 pick in my Come At Me mock draft, which wraps up with number 10 overall. The New York Jets needing a wideout, and they're going to go Drake London out of USC to finish this thing up.
Drake?
So that's my Come At Me mock draft 2022. I don't know what I'm going to get right. All I know this is that if it does go defensive end, not only is that the first time that's ever happened, but it will be the first time ever that back-to-back drafts start off with the first 3 picks being the same position. As we know, last year it went quarterback for the first 3. So, hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.